Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door and join us for day 2 of the knockout phases. I hope everybody's ready to go after a late night last night with the Italians and the Austrians going all the way to extra time. In the end, the Italians got through and they join the Danes so far as the only teams to go through. There is your brackets. Denmark through, Italy through, and today we find out their opponents. First of all, with this one we're about to watch, Netherlands versus Czech Republic, and then a big one at 8 p.m, Belgium versus Portugal. So we're here for the next 3 days now, including this one. We're going to do all 8 games in the knockout phases. And it's going to be tense. Climaxing, I guess, with Tuesday night and England versus Germany. But hey, I'm trying not to think about that. So let's just focus in on this one today. And as I said, it is Netherlands versus Czech Republic. We've done most of the games for those two, haven't we? The Czechs in England's group, aren't they? Czech Republic losing to the English and drawing with the Croats, but beating the Scots. And the Dutch, the Netherlands won all 3 of their games, scored lots of goals, but there's a little bit of a sense with the Dutch that they're quite open, and there may come a point where someone might find it advantageous how open they are and be able to score a couple of goals past them. And as we keep saying, defences win tournaments. 4-0 yesterday between Wales and Denmark, although clean sheet in there, ahoy. And let's be honest, at 90 minutes, sorry, one spare hair there we go. At 90 minutes, 0-0 between Italy and Austria. So very, very much a sense that defences win tournaments and win knockout games, with 3 clean sheets out of 4 so far at the 90-minute mark for sure. Let me know if you can see me, hear me loudly, clearly. We'll get involved in the chat. We'll say some hellos in just a second, and then we do predictions and have a look at the teams. Before we do that, make sure you get your comments in, as it says down the bottom there. Have your say, drive the debate, share your knowledge. Hit like, please, if you're in the stream. Help drive others to our channel here. And hit subscribe. The live totalizer says 17,515. That was a target of ours to get to 17,500. Let's try and move towards 17,600 now. And in the long run, 18,000. Every little helps on the channel. You can support via Super Chat and Super Stickers. Just hit that dollar button near where you leave your comments in. And that is greatly, greatly appreciated this end, believe you me. Right. So we have a look at some teams. There you go. Netherlands in goal, Stecklenburg, 38, I think he is, of Ajax. Back 3 of De Vries of Inter, De Ligt of Juve, and Blind of Ajax. How much protection will those 3 get? Because the 2 wing-backs, Dumfries and Van Aanholt, play very high up the pitch. Let's see what the heat maps tell us. Oh, no, we can't see one for the tournament. Take my word for it. We'll check them during the game. So Dumfries of PSV, Van Aanholt, we know from Palace as well, are the attacking wing-backs. And then in front, really, any stoppers in there? De Roon of Atalanta, the Atalanta Braves, and De Jong of Barcelona, who's most definitely a ball carrier and a number 8, isn't he? So, yeah, you can see where we're going with this narrative about a very open and attacking Dutch team. Jorginho Wijnaldum, who we've known from Liverpool. He's moving on, isn't he? But he's been playing as a number 10, and I think he's got 3 goals, hasn't he, in the tournament. Up top, interesting one here. We expected to be Depay and Weghorst, but Marlon, also of PSV, teammate of Dumfries, has played his way in with, I think, a good sub cameo, then a start, and now he's here in the knockout game. So classic rise from the bench at the start of the tournament into the first 11. We see it, don't we? And Weghorst will obviously be a strapping physical option off the bench, won't he? Speaking of the bench, let's have a look at the Netherlands bench. Bizo, Krul, Timber, Ake, Veltman, Vindal, Gakpo, Klaassen, Gravenberch, Promes, Berghaus, Weghorst, no Luke de Jong. Down the bottom there. Let me know your thoughts on that Netherlands team. Who are your players to watch? Obviously, Depay, Wijnaldum have been putting the numbers on. De Jong has looked good. Dumfries has put numbers on as well from wing back. Let me know who your ones to watch are in that Netherlands team and what you think generally over in the chat. We'll get there very, very soon. For the Czechs, we know them well now, don't we? As I said, I've done all 3 Czech Republic games in the group stage. And of course, with the 2 West Ham players and Kalas of Bristol City, we know a good number of these and we're getting familiar with the others. In goal, Vashlik, who the Scottish fans will remember having an excellent game against them up at Hampden. Sufel at right back of West Ham, Salushka of Sparta Prague. Kalas we know from Bristol City and Fulham in the Championship. And a new one on me, Kadarabek, is, we think, going to play left back. He's down as a midfielder on SofaScore, so we'll check that one out. But I think Borrell, the normal left back, is suspended. In the central midfield, Souček of West Ham and Ševčík of Slavia Prague. Often we've seen Holeš in that position. He's moved forward. Darida, who I think has been the captain as well, is not around today, the normal number 10. So Holeš plays there, Masupast, and Yankto we've seen down the left as well. Barak comes in. So it's not the team that's been playing in the groups for the Czechs, but they will be very pleased. Up top, they do have a quality goal scorer there, Patrick Schick, who's been finding the back of the net with decent regularity in this tournament from air, land and sea and the halfway line virtually against the Scots as well. Let me know what you think on that Czech team. Who are your ones to watch? Obviously Schick and our friends from West Ham and Bristol City, but let me know who you're looking at in that Czech team and excited to see on the bench for the Czechs. Mandu, Skubek, Sadliek, Mateu, Brabec, Jankto, Pesek, Kral, Vidra, Klojek, Pekar, Kremenchik is your bench for the Czech Republic. Right. I think we've got all of that down. Let's go to the comments. Players are out. We're just about to do national anthems. Just really quickly, your location tonight is Budapest. Hence, look at that audience there. Goodness me. Looks like there's a fair few packed in there. Brilliant to see. Hope everybody's safe. Referee Sergei Karasev, or Sergei, excuse me, Karasev, for those people who like to pick on my pronunciation of every other language other than my own. Karasev is the referee of Russia. Right, let's have a look at some of your comments. Let's say some hello to Nappa's mum, to Stephen, who's here as well. Paddy, welcome along. Jake, good to see you. Chris, you too. Mr. Radio Floyd, Dave, love the regulars. Great to see you all. Fantastic. Keep that chat moving today. Liam, well done on the Bond sign. You were talking about Macaulay Bond quite a bit yesterday. Maybe we'll send this one into the chat, actually, because I was just thinking about this. I glanced at this and I haven't got an answer. Which championship player has performed the best in the tournament so far? So championship player, that can't be one who played in the championship last season, one who's going to be in the championship as things stand next season. Let me know who you think that might be. Dan Backman, certainly the furthest so far. no championship players. Thomas Callas we've got in representing the championship today. And I'm not sure where we find the next one. The Luton keeper will be in on the bench for Croatia. Now the Welsh are out. It's really scuppered our championship, boys. Curved glass, Holland for the win. Stephen's gone 3-1 on Holland, or the Netherlands, whatever you want to call them. Be surprised if the Czechs win this, says Chris, but you never know. This chat is a bunch of good people. Yes, it is. Let's keep it that way. Great to interact with you. Peanuts. Welcome, my friend. Bidhan won't watch today. 3 a.m. here in South Asia when the Italy game finished. Calling it an early night. You get some sleep, Bidhan. Just make sure you're back for one of the next games. You've got another 5 or so to choose from. Czech should be able to get this to extra time. Plucky, I'm not about the extra time at all. By the way, if we get extra time in any of the 5 p.m.s, I was discussing this with Shaylee earlier, I'm literally going straight through for the 4 hours or whatever. So if that does happen, we'll delay the start of the second stream and we'll just start at kickoff, of course. Netherlands too good for the Czechs, says Mr. Radio Floyd. I'm the dude. A shock Czech win. There is this narrative that, Netherlands do seem the sort of team, if you can frustrate them, maybe they'll just keep coming at you and there might be a chance in there. Rebel 2-1 to the Dutch. Welcome along, Davey. HPD, no, I haven't played Euro Fantasy. I must admit, and this is me being really wise after the event, I'd feel confident now having watched however many games we've watched now, 23 in the group, 25. This is my game number 26 of the tournament. So, no, I just didn't have the knowledge before, only on the championship players, really. Welcome along, Amanda. Good to see you. Dan, kom op Nederlanders. I'm sure that means come on the Dutch. Good luck. Dan's got a foot in the Dutch camp there. Ewan, 3-2. That'll be fun. Yeah, wide open. You love to see it. 2-0 Netherlands. Thelvens. Klojek, a football manager legend. He's not in the starting lineup, is he, today? Klojek. What else are we saying in the chat here? I'm nearly caught up now. Dan, looking for a good positive result for the Dutch. Fed up the hate the Dutch and the Dutch league gets. We've been enjoying watching the Dutch, I have to say. I like the cut of their jib. 3 centre-backs, wing-backs way up the pitch. Virtually no defensive midfield in terms of reputation. I'm sure Rooney is going to take that role on today. But no, they've been very fun to watch, haven't they? But remember, Brazil 1982 were fun to watch, weren't they? The Dutch in 78 were fun to watch, but didn't win the tournament, didn't they? Welcome along, Anir. Adam Nash, yeah, he's had a good tournament. Hasn't he? Charlie's talking about Raheem Harper. Another Charlie says 2-1 Netherlands. So we're just waiting. Russian referees presumably waiting for the cue from TV. Looks like a great atmosphere. Subs are great, David. 17,500. Right. Frank Rankard was a good defensive Dutchman. Yes, he was. Yeah. Hell of a player. Very good manager as well. Dutch to win by 2 goals. Right. I think we've got all your predictions in. The Russian referee says, let's go. And so we do. We are off in our 3rd round of 16 games. Netherlands versus Czech Republic from Budapest. And Netherlands seemingly the populist favourites here. However, hashtag they're no mugs for the Czechs. We'll get you a timestamp within the first 45 minutes. No, within the first 2 or 3 minutes, I hope. I'm watching on an ITV TV feed as Marlon comes down the left-hand side. Marlon crosses to the back post. Oof. And Dumfries, who's already got a couple of goals in the tournament, arriving on the back stick, completely free there. We saw this in the Frank de Boer holds his head, the Netherlands manager. We saw this in the Portugal v Germany game, didn't we? When a 4-2-3-1 against attacking wing backs goes wrong, and the team's able to switch play quickly from one side to the other. It can work both ways. It depends on the, what the team does with the ball. Shapes don't win games, but that looked an ominous start for the Czechs with how narrow they got in the quick switch of play. Here is a long ranger from Holej, and he smashes it over the bar. Frank de Boer is talking about space and switching the play, and I think possibly referring to the Czech midfield as being narrow. We'll see. I'm trying to read his mind and his body language there. And the Czechs have tried to feed that in behind for the excellent... was it through for Schick, or was it Barak off the left, I think, possibly. But I think the offside flag was going to go up. Anywho, 2:16 on the clock. We do a proper time sync so you can get lined up. Big goal kick forward by Stecklenburg. And a horrible shanked clearance by Vashlik in goal. And the ball is cleared away. Here is Holej deep in midfield. And out there goes to Soufal. And the Dutch just hurrying the Czechs at the moment. The Czechs have not settled in the slightest yet. We're going to give you a timestamp for 3 minutes. It's going to be coming very, very soon. I'll count you down. 3, 2, 1. And you can line up, hopefully. 3, 2, 1. Sync. There is your 3-minute timestamp. Here comes Sevcik. Knocks that one backwards. Massive bust it was. Looks like there's a foul. Yeah, it's been given as well. I think Thomas Souček goes down. And this is a dangerous looking free kick for the Czechs. Important business in the chat, though. What should Liam have for dinner? Someone help out there. Have you got Deliveroo, or is it just eat? Sounds good. I don't think the free kick did get given. If it did, they've taken it very short. I think it's just a throw-in the end. Here is Kaderabek. Goes inside. And it's back with Souček. The Czechs just getting a feel of the ball now. Netherlands back in shape. Kaderabek knocks that home to Vashlik in goal, the Sevilla goalkeeper. Cheluska to Callas. Up the line it goes. A little give and go with Barak, and Kaderabek heads down the line. A little clip forward again, flicked on, and that's going to be easily picked up by De Vries. There's De Jong, who's a really good fun player, isn't he? The Barcelona midfielder. A nice turn there by Depay, who tries to make the run through. That's gonna trickle all the way through to Vashlik in goal. And here is Holej. Soufal. Ooh, Schick was in behind there, and Massapust tried to find the gap. And there will be gaps, we think, with the Dutch. It's good from the Czechs now. Holej back into central midfield. Souček. And on the left-hand side, it's Kaderabek, who's got forward already fairly nicely from left back. 5:30 on the clock. Horrible switch of play there, and that's going to go all the way out. As Thomas Callas completely overhit that one. It's going to go all the way out, and it is going to be a goal kick for the Dutch and for Stecklenburg. Good couple of minutes of possession there for the Czechs, who settled in fairly nicely, haven't they? Big goal kick. Souček up and wins the header. It's going to be out for a throw in, although someone's down, holding their head. It's Kaderabek, who just looks like he is winded. Bits, welcome along. I think in the end, Bits, remind us of what the Bits bet is. Yeah, there you go. It's going to appear in a second. Just say hello to Alistair. And we'll see this Dutch attack out. Marlon tries to get the cross and is blocked off at source by Callas. So we did a poll earlier. And the populace says it's the Dutch and the Belgians to win in 90. So it has to be done before extra time. The Dutch and the Belgians to win. That is the Bits Bloomer bet. The corner goes short. Blind swings that in left-footed. Oh, and it should have been 1-0. Who was that on the back post? I need to have another look at that. It was really tight on the back post, and the header just comes all the way back across the goal. I think he's offside anyway, so it wouldn't have stood. How he didn't end up just nodding that ball into the back of the net, delict. He was offside, wasn't it? It was a defensive instinct there. It's just easy. Just let it hit him on the head and drop into the goal there, and he heads it kind of back across. But it would have been offside from what we can see. The oofs and the oohs are all going up. There we go. I don't think it would have stood. I'm once bitten, twice shy after getting very excited when I thought Marko Arnautovic had scored for the Austrians last night. Ruled out. Kaderabek went down there, and it's going to be... it's not free kick, it's a throw in to the Czechs on the left-hand side. 8:16 gone. No real attempts of note in this one yet. 69% possession to the Czechs, which is somewhat surprising, isn't it? Here's Wijnaldum. Nice feet by him. Holds the ball up nicely. Knocks it back into De Jong. Van Aanholt. Depay. Back in to Depay. He's giving it away. Barak knocked into midfield. They've pressed and won it back, cleared by the Czechs. There's a foul then, I think, by CZECH in central midfield. The Dutch take the free kick quickly, trying to build up a bit of a head of steam after a good little spell by the Czech Republic. De Jong, De Roon, Blind stepping up from centre-back. Here's Depay in the 10. We know he likes to come short. Oh, heavy touch. Oh, Callas got away with that one, didn't he? Don't think he's intended to jump over that, I think. He looked fairly cool, but it hit him on the way through. And if he'd got a more unlucky bounce, let's just say, that falls straight to Marlon, who's clear in on goal. Callas against Depay. Depay does well. Just puts the afterburners on. Knocked inside to Dumfries. That's good. Good play by both players there. Dumfries on the underlap. Kaderabek followed him, and you've got to be so careful in the box. Gets his body in the way. I think he was hoping either the keeper was going to come or the ball was just going to run out of play. In the end, he just had to poke it out, and it's a corner to the Dutch. Here it comes. Depay, right-footed, headed away by Patrick Schick on the near post. Welcome, Patricia. Welcome, everybody. Hopefully we've given at least 99% of you a shout out already in the stream. Thank you for joining us. Netherlands 0, Czech Republic 0. Stecklenburg has it in the penalty box, the keeper for the Netherlands. He just pings that out to Van Aanholt at left wing back. Goes back inside, Blind to Stecklenburg. And given that percentage possession, I'm sure the Dutch will be fairly keen to hold on to the ball. Get themselves up over 40%. Dutch teams over the years have been very, very much built on possession, total football, although a lot of people get fed up with managers, particularly teams being judged on the reputation of something that happened 30, 40, 50 years ago. Things change, times change. There's a big one down the ground. And Vashlik's all at sea. Goodness me. Dumfries down the left-hand side. He gives the thumbs up. It's almost like Van Aanholt and Dumfries are the biggest attacking threats, aren't they? Callas keeps running with him. It's a good block, actually, in the end, because Vashlik leaves his goal completely open. Depay sticks the corner over, nodded away, headed back in by Drury. That is going out. What's Dumfries doing there? I don't know. He's the right wing back. He makes an angled run across the pitch, catches Callas with his pace. Is this going in the goal? Yeah, the shot's going in, isn't it? It's a good block by Callas in the end, who seems to be on the end of Marlin and Dumfries and Depay. Goodness me. Like Ipswich, you're right, Bits. You're totally right. And West Ham, and people may not like Big Sam. I'm quite pro Big Sam, as you know, but his quotes on West Ham were bang on when it was, well, what is the West Ham way? Because what I see is a club that had a lot of success in the 60s and has been bouncing about since. If that's the West Ham way, I don't want to be the West Ham way, he said, because I want him to be in the top half of the top league challenging. And he's kind of right, isn't he? So, although I'm sure the Dutch are always going to be associated with Cruyff, aren't they? They're never going to lose that and the total football tag. And I suppose when you see the left centre-back knocking the ball long to the right wing-back who's making a run across the pitch, then maybe there's something in that, I guess. The ball breaks now. Blind heads it on. Van Aanholt does well. He's under a bit of pressure there. Got it clear. Referee's given a foul on Depay. Bit of holding there from Cheluska. And the Dutch, of course, take that free kick short. And here is Blind. Blind, nice little clip through, looking for Marlin. Marlin holds it up, and Callas makes another interception. He's probably made 4 interceptions already. Callas, the busy boy. Welcome along, MDLH Gaming. 2-0 Netherlands, he says. And Hanif looks very pro-Netherlands as well. And here is a corner for the Dutch. Wijnaldum stood on the goal line. Depay swings it in, headed away by CZECH, who we know from Premier League matters has been very adept in the air from set plays. Here's a big counter by the Czechs. Can they get Patrick Schick on the end of that? The ball was just swinging out, play from the right-hand side. Ifs, buts and maybes. If that ball is swinging in, Schick's got a good chance of getting on the end of that, hasn't he? De Ligt does well, to be fair, and Schick gets penalised, or not penalised, I think it's gone out for a throw-in, but I think Schick wanted a free kick. There's a big throw-in up top to Depay, who holds it up. Good tackle by Holej. Swept up by Barak. And my eye test is telling me that this is swinging in Netherlands' favour, I think, now. Can always do a bit of a sniff test. In a 4-2-3-1, look at where the inverted forwards are. And we'll get the heat maps up for Barak and Masopust. You tell me how much attacking they've done so far for the Czechs. And certainly this period now, from sort of 10 minutes up to 16, it's been Netherlands for the most part with the ball. I'm sure we can get the attack momentum graph up there as the cross goes in, chested down by Depay. Are they going to give us an attack momentum graph? They are absolutely not. I can see one on the other page. That's frustrating. There you go. Here is De Ligt, who goes home. Excuse me for keep looking down. I always get stitched up by something. It was Lima and Lina last night playing down the right together for the Austrians. Today we have De Ligt and De Vries, which is always good fun. I can notice De Jong a mile off because of the way he carries the ball, but yeah, struggling at centre halves. Attempted feed through by Van Aanholt. Van Oudem had made the run from 10. In it goes inside. Lovely ball by De Jong. Oh, now they've got in behind. Van Aanholt crosses low. Good clearance. Really good clearance on the back post. I think it's by the left back, Kaderabek. And the Dutch are really getting going now. Czechs struggling to compete. Certainly since about 10 minutes in, they really have struggled, haven't they? Although SofaScore can't give us that very helpful attack momentum graph. There we go. If I've hit refresh. So check that out. Just above Daley Blind's head, you can see just a takeover from the Dutch around the time I said that green bar is showing you a little bit of dominance. Is that a fair word for the Dutch? That was a good cross by Van Aanholt, wasn't it? And yet again, look, every time number 22, Dumfries, will be appearing in the picture, won't he? He really, really hard, really gets up and down that right-hand side, hence the couple of goals he has got. 18:50 on the clock. Here's Marlon. Oh, that's a foul by Jeluska. It's going to be a free kick to the Netherlands. And will the yellow card be coming out for the Sparta Prague centre half? Not a good tackle that, was it? We'll find out. We haven't seen anyone go in the book just yet. But here is a free kick for the Dutch, which Depay is going to take right-footed from the right-hand side. They're all up. We see De Vries on the near post. I assume something is afoot here. Someone's going to make the run around the back, surely, aren't they? Looks flat at the moment. Expect movement as soon as he runs up. In it comes. It's going to go loose to De Jong, edge of the box, touch. Stood up by CZECH. De Roon. Blind crosses in with the right foot this time after nearly finding De Ligt with the left foot earlier. And now here's a Czech break. CZECH. It's a hopeless pass by CZECH. Patrick Schick very politely gives him a round of applause. So that was a horrible pass, wasn't it? Parker off to Bournemouth. Is that confirmed yet? That could be our halftime topic. Always good fun. Although just don't ask me to edit it and get it out. We did do a bit on Parker a week or so ago in the rumour mode, but if it's been confirmed, here's Masopust, by the way, down the right. Soufal, who's a great crosser with the right foot. Soufal turns inside. Masopust, good play by the two down the right. CZECH CZECH crosses in. Oh! On the near post, it was CZECH as well. Dive-in header. You'd hoped if it wasn't going to be Patrick Schick, who you'd want on the end of that, it was CZECH. Rooney's touched tight, but still, that's a chance, isn't it? He gets first contact, and it's not like Rooney is cutting off the angle to the back post because he heads it well wide on the back post. So, chance. Good work as well by Masso Past and Soufal. CZECH joining in down that right-hand side. So chance there for the Czech Republic. And actually, the numbers on this game are quite strange. The possession has gone 50-50 now. 2 shots to 1 for the Czechs, despite 4 corners to 0. Corners often give you a very rough rule of thumb on territory, don't they? Especially when they're 4-0. Here come the Dutch down the left-hand side. Van Aanholt, Blind, De Jong, Marlon, Blind, De Jong again. You want to see him carrying that ball, don't you? Just at walking pace at the moment with that Czech midfield back behind the ball. And look, that's worked a treat. Nowhere to go. Welcome, Lee. We not confirmed on Parker. When it confirms, we will do it. Vashlik, big goal kick looking for Soufal. That's going to go all the way out for a Netherlands throw-in. We are 23 in. The eye tests tell us probably that the Dutch have had more of this game, but the numbers don't really tell you anything, do they? I think is it 50-50 still on the position? 47-53 now. So the Dutch have taken over. I think we're having a drinks break, so it's probably a good time to look at this. I mean, chances being created. No shots on target. 2 shots to Czechs, 1 to the Dutch. XG is non-existent for both teams. Look at that, 0.03. 0.13 for the Czechs, probably on that CZECH chance. 4 corners to 0. Have they got first contact on any of those? It's interesting because when we look at that attack momentum, you can see the Dutch were certainly bubbling for a while, weren't they? Look at those Czech fans, brilliant. Plenty of them in Hungary. I think there's plenty of Dutch as well. Yeah, so it's all eye test, this, isn't it? I thought the Dutch were looking good, I have to say, but there's nothing in terms of metrics underlying for them to hang their hat on. Great stuff. You can see some Czech fans and some Dutch fans sat together right next to each other. And there is the brilliant Ruud van Nistelrooy on the bench. I never forgave him for diving for a penalty at Portman Road, scoring the penalty and Ipswich getting relegated. But he was a great striker, Van Nistelrooy, wasn't he? On the staff for the Dutch. Tyler, we can do your time sync. I'm at 25:12, but I'll give you a proper one if you want. If I happen to look at the clock, coming up to a minute ending, which I struggle to do, let's be honest, don't I? Here is Vashlik. Big right footer. Up goes De Jong, and it's headed away by De Vries. Massopust gets hold of it. Cheluska. And Cheluska goes home to Vashlik in a goal. Sends that one out wide. And beats the balls with Vashlik. Here comes a time sync for anyone who wants it. We're going to be at 26 minutes in. 3, 2, 1, sync. Get yourself lined up, everybody in the chat, and we'll see all the action unfold and hopefully react at the same time. Don't have to react in the same way. We love the diversity of opinions we get on here. And we try and foster a kind of atmosphere where you can have your opinion, you can disagree, and no one will hate you for it. And we'll all discuss it, and we'll all play nicely, which doesn't often happen on football Twitter. Well, on Twitter, it never happens. Football YouTube, maybe a little more so, I don't know. Or have we just got a good bunch here? Are you sure that's true, Bits? Go and look that up. I'm sure, because I was at the game. I'm sure that was relegation confirmed at home to Manchester United. Go and check that out. Not that it's important now. Here is Massapust. And it is headed away. 27-25 on the clock. Throw in to the Czechs. Here is Schick in the 10 position. He's on the edge of the box. Schick opens it up, hits the shot left-footed. Easy for Stecklenburg, who reaches out, makes the save. Took a deflection, actually, which put it closer to him, but did put a bit of unexpected spin on the ball. Here's Soufal. Down the line it goes. And the Dutch on the counter with Marlen. And it's worked back to Stecklenburg. Dutch is holding on to the ball. Big goal kick is headed away by Kaderabek, who's playing at left back today in the absence of Borrell, who is suspended. Here's Blind for the Dutch at centre half. Blind not being pressed. Shit goes over now, but easy ball out to Van Aanholt. De Jong. Blind. Delict. And home it goes. The Dutch going nowhere fast with that attack. Czechs a little bit further up the pitch now with the press. Forces Stecklenburg to go long. Van Alden wins the header. Big header back. Schick couldn't hold it up. And now here's De Jong. De Jong goes down the left. Knocks it inside. Blind plays it back to De Roon. And it looks like the Czechs have got their team shape right now out of possession, doesn't it? They were getting played through a little bit earlier, but the Dutch are struggling to find the spaces now, aren't they? I don't know whether they've just upped the press or whether there's been a tactical tweak that I'm not smart enough to spot. But the ball is not transitioning through for the Dutch now in the way it was earlier in the game. They've won a foul, though. Kaderabek on Dumfries went through the back of him. Slipped inside to Marlen in the box, hits it right-footed. Callas makes the block. It's going to be another corner to the Dutch. Little touch inside. It was Cheluska that made the block. I think, yeah, it went straight past Callas. Is it going in the far corner? You tell me. Here comes the cross. Headed away by the Czechs. De Roon. De Jong heads on. And that's going to fall. Lovely one round the corner from Depay. Nice early pass. Marlon. Marlon crosses in low. Callas well positioned on the near post. Good pressure now for the Dutch. Kept the ball in that final third now for a good 90 seconds and won a couple of set plays. Someone's having a word here. Wijnaldum and Soufal on the line, being spoken to by referee Karasev. Corner goes short. Referee says, I didn't say you could take the corner. Take it again. Memphis Depay, I think, is changing the plan now based on that. He's just considering his options. In comes the cross headed away by Patrick Schick. And the volley comes through from way, way out. And goes tamely wide. The Dutch fans just being pointed out he's on the screen. He doesn't care. Some people spend the whole game looking at the screen, hoping they're going to get on it, don't they? The odds had the Dutch at 8-11. These two are a lot closer. Interesting. Remember, there was a sense last night with the Italians and the Austrians where, honestly, not to oversimplify the outcome, the Italians just having more good players in the end, I think, did for the Austrians, especially when subs came into the game and we were looking, and the Italians had made 4 subs. And the Austrians had made 1, and that was, caused by an injury. Soufal crosses in low. That's really good defending on the near post by De Ligt, who just came off position. Ran towards the ball and made the clearance there. There's something down the right here, isn't there, for the Czechs with Masopust, Soufal and CZECH. Their best moments have come down that side, particularly with those players, and when they can get Soufal forward as the extra number from fullback. Here comes a corner for the Czechs. Barak puts it in to the near post, headed away. Soufal picks it up. Down the line it goes to Hollesh. Step over from him. Little flick through for Kaderabek, who knocks it back up the line. And it's going to go in the box one more time. They're looking for Schick on the back post. Easy claim for Stecklenburg in goal. And a good little spell for the Czechs comes to an end. Austrians could have won that game. They could. But that Italian defence, when it's 4th 90 minutes, it was only late into extra time, they conceded their first goal in the tournament. Depay went down, but the ball goes back. No foul given. That's exactly what I reckon, Annie. He wanted to keep his best players on the pitch. And he just went with them and stuck with them, didn't he? Whereas, what did we see the Italians do? I think I've still got my notes on it, didn't we? Locatelli and Pessina in central midfield. I mean, when you can afford to take out Barella, Verratti, Berardi and Signa as the game goes on. Here is CZECH. Barak crosses to the back post. That's poor. And that's going to go all the way through. Looking for Dumfries. The Dutch right wing back rather than any Czech runner. Close to the ball. 36 gone. Netherlands 0. Czech Republic 0. Here is Soufal, receives the ball just over halfway. He's got loads of space in front of him now. Soufal runs into it. Oh, dear. And then he tackles himself. And now, it's just going to be a quick counter now. Marlon's got the touch. It's taking him wide. Cheluska's not going to want to go all the way out there, but he has to. Comes in. Soufal helps out. And, miskick clearance. CZECH gets it clear. A bit of an opening there for the Dutch. Marlon's first touch. I mean, look, he had a second to kind of get a soft foot on that. Just didn't quite manage to, did he? Here is a reverse ball by Barak. It's given away, but the Czechs win it back again. Good spell for them again since about the 30-minute mark. CZECH works that forward. Here's Masso pass. There's a man over. It's a huge chance and it's blocked. That should have gone out there earlier. Barak pulls his shirt over his head, but that was not his fault. He was open. It needs to go there from Massopest. That would have been a really tight offside. I can't tell you on that one. And also, he wanted to take that with the left foot when another touch could have engineered a more viable right-footed shot. De Ligt makes the block. Felt like they didn't make the most of that 2v1 there. And guys, we spoke before the game, didn't we? Dutch wing-backs, quick movement. Can they get in behind them? They really, really did then the worst way. And there's the reason why. Is Van Aanholt's not even on the pitch. He's just coming back on from an injury. Barak is going to take the corner, left-footed. In it goes. They got the flick on the near post. It hit Schick's thigh. They've got it clear. Is Van Aanholt back in the game yet? It doesn't matter for the time being because here comes Marlon on a counter again. De Jong was possibly running in behind them, but to be fair, out of shot there. Soufal was there. You couldn't see him in the camera angle. Van Aanholt, I think, is back on now. Dumfries has got it down the right-hand side. Dumfries beats his man far too easily. Dumfries into the box. He was looking for Marlon on the goal line for the tap-in. And it feels like, even though we're not talking about Dutch shots on target, they have had some openings, haven't they, for sure? We'll take a look at the replay of that, no doubt, in a minute. De Roon. De Vries. Here's De Roon again. And Blind. And it goes back all the way home to Stecklenburg. Stecklenburg, big clearance, nodded away. Nice feet in the right back position by De Vries, but then he just didn't quite have the pace to get away from CZECH, who made the tackle. Dutch look more dangerous, but only goals count. I know exactly what you mean, Mr. Radio Floyd. Haven't quite got the final bit figured out yet, and the numbers don't reflect that. Well, they do reflect that. You know what I'm saying, don't you? Right. He went past his man there far too easily, didn't he? I think the keeper actually gets a touch. Yeah. Good goalkeeping by Vashlik. Made himself big, but it wasn't going to go through his legs. Here's Cheluska. Tries to make the clearance. Marlon leaves one on him. Good play. Pressuring from the striker. Just nipped in front. It's going to be a check throw-in, but certainly making his presence known. Marlon, the number 18, given away. And here is Blind for the Dutch. Schick just leans into De Jong. Down he goes. De Jong not happy not to get a free kick there. Throw taken quickly and knocked back. CZECH, I think, wanted to foul off Delict there, but not enough in it for the ref to give the decision. No red wine tonight, says Stefan. The rest of the bottle is here. How many glasses left in there? Does that look all right? Couple of 3 little mouthful glasses. That looks fun, doesn't it? We'll do that later on, though. Try and stay sharp in case we get any more extra time periods for me to cope with. Home it goes to Stecklenburg, who clears. And nodded away by Sufal, Hollis, Daroon, chest down. Daroon knocks it back in. Blind. Depay, looks like he's getting a bit frustrated there. Where's the ball on to the wing back? He's still chuntering away to Van Aanholt about that. Here they come down the right with the ever-willing De Vries, who runs and runs and runs and runs, doesn't he? Here's De Jong. Dumfries. De Vries. Marlon tries to turn. And it's cleared, but straight back to the Dutch. 42-38 on the clock. Oh, and it was worked over to Van Aanholt, who tried to find Depay on the back post. The cross just knocked out there. I think the offside flag went up regardless. So, yeah, he's a long way off Van Aanholt. Good block nonetheless. Anyway, need more than that come Tuesday. Don't. The thing people haven't factored in on Tuesday is we've got to do Sweden-Ukraine straight after England-Germany. Good fun. Asparagus cider. I want to ask a very obvious but very disgusting question about the side effects of that, Vimal. Maybe DM me the answer. There's a clip down the line. Now, here is Schick. Schick comes inside off the right, feeds it into Hollis. Loopy ball by Hollis. Soucek has been penalised for a push. Then we'll have win in Belgium game. Wine. Hopefully we'll have a win on the Bitsy Bloomer bet. Welcome, Mr. E. Even game. Yeah, I'd say so, actually. I would say so. Tight stuff again. Tournament football, isn't it? On a knife edge the whole time. The stakes are so high. Here is Sufal. Clip into the channel. Dreadful ball. Doesn't even land on the pitch. We're coming up 45 minutes. And Mr. Radio Floyd is looking forward to Belgium-Portugal. So am I. De Bruyne versus Ronaldo. And we get the first of the big boys are going home, aren't they? I mean, some would argue any big boys already gone home? I guess not really. But we're definitely getting one of them not going to be making it later on. Looking forward to it. 2-minute stoppage time with 15 seconds in. The Czechs on the attack. There's Dumfries. I'd like to see his how many kilometres he runs during a game. Ukraine v Sweden will probably be a therapy session for England fans. Alistair, if we lose in a muggy way, do you know what I mean? If the Germans play really well and beat us fair and square, fine, whatever. If we lose in a muggy way to a late goal, a deflected goal, we hit the post 5 times, we'll lose on penalties then. I don't know if I'm even going to do the blooming Sweden and Ukraine game. Oh, no, I will. I'll just sit here like that. Just sit here in silence. Here is Wijnaldum. Dumfries down the right. How fit is that guy? God. I tell you what, it'd be fun if the Netherlands can the Netherlands match up with Italy at any point? Yeah, it is that side of the draw, isn't it? No, it's not. Dumfries. Oh, here's a big chance, and the biggest chance of the game so far. Van Arnholt holds his head. He'd come in on the underlap. I think it's Wijnaldum poked it through, and Van Arnholt. Let's have a look here. It's Depay, in fact. Nice, clever play. Oh, he was offside again. They've been offside about 20 times in this half, haven't they? Very clever idea from Depay. But I think Van Arnholt's just dropping back. I was just going to say, I quite fancy Dumfries versus Spinazzola at some point during this tournament. And we are done. It is half time. It's 0-0. Referee Karasev. Oh, dear me. Yada. Referee Karasev blows for half time. 0-0. Very evenly matched, actually. I've enjoyed it. Bit of a sense again, like yesterday with Italy and Austria, where you've got a favourite and you've got an underdog, but the underdog is competent, if you know what I mean. You get this kind of nice. It's that sort of thing, isn't it? Let's have a look at the numbers. Can you give me your take on the first half? The numbers have it really tight. Not a lot created. 0.85 XG for the Dutch. 0.3 for the Czechs. 55-45 on the possession. 5 shots apiece, but only 1 on target. That was for the Czechs. 6 corners to 2 maybe tells us a little bit about the territory, but the possession is tight, isn't it? 2 big chances to 0, it says, to the Dutch, but I think we're talking crosses into the box and things of that nature. Have a look at the attack momentum graph up the top there. Does have a few big, tall green bars there, but my eye test tells me that look, let me phrase this differently. If you're a Czech fan, you're not going to be terribly unhappy with that, are you? That's not a bad half. I think one thing perhaps is Patrick Schick hasn't really got into the game too much. 16 touches for Schick in there. The interesting player, I think, is Dumfries, who's got up and down. 26 touches for him down that right-hand side. Looks like CZECH and Holej have been playing well, haven't they? Be interested to know how much influence De Jong has managed to get for the Dutch. Where's his touch map? 39. And you would imagine then not too much possession up the top. There, 37 touches for Depay with a 82% pass completion. Mayan, you would think it would be less, only 19 for him. But it says a lot when you compare Depay having pretty much 3 times as many touches as Schick. It does show you where some of the territory has been. Get your thoughts in. Just flash this up, which you're going to see a lot of. Denmark through against the Welsh last night. So Netherlands or Czech Republic, the winner plays the Danes. Up in the top half of the draw, the Italians went through in extra time against the Austrians last night, and we will be here at 8 p.m. Well, we'll be here at 7:45, unless we get extra time in this one, and we get delayed to watch Belgium-Portugal and see which of those 2 teams join the Italians. Right. I'm going to take my break now. Get any questions in, any topics, and we can have a little powwow about them. We're pretty much about 10 minutes away from the start of the second half. So, yeah, have a think about topics. Make sure you've hit like on the stream if you haven't already. And the live subscriber number says, as he presses the button on his phone, 17,517. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we could get that up a little bit higher? Right, I'm going to take my break. Don't go anywhere. See you in a couple of minutes, okay? Don't go anywhere, guys. I mean, you can, but make sure you come back because the stream will be returning in a couple of minutes. If you haven't already and you're not going anywhere, hit subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications on the Benjamin Bloom channel. Like this stream. Keep your comments coming. And if you want, you can give it a share. And what better place to go and share than over on Twitter, where you can find me at Benjamin Bloom. Lots of stuff goes down that feed. And if you ever need to contact me, the DMs are open. Forgive me, it might take a couple of days to get through all of them. At Benjamin Bloom on Twitter. You can also support us over at our Teespring store, www.benjaminbloommerch.store. Don't forget the 2 M's in a row. Buy yourself a t-shirt, a mug, phone case, hoodies, all sorts of good stuff over there. Great way to represent our community over here. If you do get something, make sure you send me a picture over on Twitter, in fact, and I will get that retweeted. You can also support over on Patreon, www.patreon.com/BenjaminBloom. A direct way to support my work here monthly. Get yourself a little bit of extra content each month. And thank you to everybody on Patreon. We really could not have got through what has been happening in the world without you. Before we return, get those comments filled up. Questions, topics, etc. And enjoy the rest of the stream. Here we go. Well, that was close. Welcome back, everybody. Let me try and put my earphones in. I was trying to be cool, calm and collected and walk slowly around the house and grab myself a drink and quickly visit the little gentleman's room. I walked back in the room and the countdown said 3, 2, 1, and away we go. We are back. It's half-time. Netherlands 0, Czech Republic 0. We're getting your reaction after a quite nicely poised first half. There looks like there's something in it for both teams. I think will fancy this one now, won't they? I've got the Dutch just ahead still, I think, and we're going to be starting looking at the bench, and we're going to see if it's going to follow a similar patterns where the Italians could just last night change the outcome of things as time went on, and the Austrians, frankly, couldn't. Let's have a look at some comments here before we get back here. Get a bit of debate going. Who is better, Netherlands or Italy? I'd have Italy out of those two at the moment. I think there's a bit more strength in depth, a bit more balance to the side, and I think a bit more quality for sure in defence. This is a nightmare to fix your hair in the camera when it reverses what you actually look like. There we go. I can do it properly there. Always one hair in the wrong place. How annoying. There we go. I made it worse there. Right. Anyway, let's go back to the comments. Christ, that went quick. It's decent, wasn't it? Yeah, it was decent. Probably a touch less intensity, I think, than I think the Austrian pressing yesterday added a lot of fizz to that game, didn't it, against the Italians? Ruben Dias versus Lukaku. There's so many good matchups in that game for sure, isn't there? I'm sure Cristiano Ronaldo and Bernardo Silva, Jota are fancy Vertonghen and Alderweireld as well. Dutch could also face Germany in the semi. Goodness me. All of the grudge matches possibly for the Germans if they are going to find their way through this one. And Mike shouted about any of the town signings. Yeah, very much so. Yeah, very, very, very much so. So Lee Evans in, Wes Burns, now Raheem Harper, Macaulay Bonne as well. And it feels very different at my club, Ipswich, where, you know, for the longest time we were in the Championship and we see them fishing in a pond for free transfers and the odd loanee or whatever. And now, okay, they're a level down in League One, but they're taking players that League One clubs would want. And they're also taking players that Championship clubs have wanted in the past. So, yeah, forgive us Ipswich fans. I think along with Oldham and Bradford fans, the longest in English football without a promotion. So forgive us our optimism. It's always been ill-founded, sadly. Do I think Ronaldo will score today? Probably. He's just the guy, isn't he? Those Belgian defenders lack the guile and the nous to go against the great Ronaldo. He's already got 5 in the tournament, hasn't he? I mean, am I right in saying, guys, I think Ronaldo will become the all-time top scorer in international football. And bear in mind, I think it's an Iranian striker who, scored over, obviously, 100 goals. But I dare say not against the caliber of opponents that Cristiano Ronaldo, the great Cristiano Ronaldo, has done it against. Whooshed by, enjoyed it. It's been good. Yeah. We just hope we don't get that lull. Do you remember, Amanda, yesterday in Italy, Austria? It did lull as the Austrians picked up, and the tension dropped a little bit when I think the Italians knew they were going to extra time, didn't it? Another good match. Dutch clearly the better, similar pattern to, yeah, agree with that. Chris, Dumfries heat map. What about it? I think I showed it, didn't I? It was less exciting than I thought it was. I thought it was going to be right high up, but he just needs a few more touches and the blurs will become stronger. Is it wrong I enjoy penalties? Yeah, I think that's wrong, Lee. You have no empathy for your fellow human poor footballers going through amazing emotional stress doing that. I must say, though, I was at the last penalty shootout I was at live was at West Brom versus Aston Villa in a playoff semi-final to get to Wembley as well. And it's a kind of grudge match as well. And when you're removed one step, you feel the tension a lot less. Although I think we're all quite invested in these Euro teams now so far. What else are we saying? I'll try and read out the positive comments. Rebel, you normally put good stuff up. I don't know what to say for you if you think this game's awful. I really don't know what to say. I've really enjoyed it, so we'll try and stick with the positive ones. Thoughts on Raheem Harper? Yeah, excited. Hopefully he can live up to some of his potential. We'll see. It's always a gamble when you're talking about turning potential into something good as well. What are we saying? What club in the EFL or Premier League would take Southgate as manager? Not many, probably, because he's an international manager now. You'd have to tell me, Paddy, what the motivation behind that question is, because I don't know. I don't really see the link now. Southgate is so entrenched in being an international manager now that why would he go back to club football if he's got this skill set that not many people have in working in international football, which is so different to club football. It's not even funny. I'm not sure whether it's relevant what his club aspirations are at all, or whether we'll go and do a different international job if he doesn't continue with England for the longer term, or do something else for the FA. So, yeah. Tom Kearney to West Ham. Sounds fun. I'm a big Tom Kearney fan, and a bit of a question as to whether he can do it at the Premier League level for sure. What else are we saying in here? Enjoying penalties is gross. It's like supporting San Marino. What else are we saying here? Appleton, a good appointment for Swans if Cooper leaves. Well, we're all over the shop on the managerial merry-go-round, aren't we? Who the hell knows? Cooper seems to be linked with all and sundry jobs, but we're still waiting for the Everton, Palace, Spurs business to all be sorted first. That seems to be holding everything up as well. Right. Looks like we are ready for the second half. Give me a yes or no answer here in the chat. Is this game done in 90 minutes? Yes. Yes, if you think it will be done by 90. No, if you think it's going to extra time. Let me know what you think. Yes or no in extra time. Do you think this is going to be done, yes, by 90 minutes, or no, we're going to need extra time? Let me know what you think. Yes, if you think we'll be done in 90 minutes, and no, if you think we'll be going to extra time. No, yes, no, yes. I think I skipped a few there. Sorry. Let's go down here. I don't want to get the... we're fairly even on that, aren't we? Very even, in fact. Interesting. Well, we'll keep an eye on your predictions as the game goes. No substitutions by the look of it. And I mean, this is sometimes where I think we're a little bit spoiled or behave in a spoiled way, or let me just say certain England fans behave in a spoiled way. When I look at the benches of both these teams, I don't see perhaps the quality that's there on the England bench. I don't see a big game changer there, but sometimes, hey, it's more about subtlety. Dumfries has been given a yellow card by referee Karasev. He seems to be a bit unhappy with that, or a bit confused with that. The elbow was up. Is he endangering his opponent? Referee Karasev seems to think so. And he's brought out the yellow card for Dumfries. And no sooner had the second half kicked off than we have stopped. All over again. Who's that down? Kaderabek, the left back. Czech's just having a look at the iPad down there. Are they going to make a substitution? Kaderabek, however you pronounce it, who cares? Looks okay to continue. As we come up 47 minutes, let me know if you want a time stamp at any point. Sorry to keep playing with my hair. It's drying in a way that is undesirable. Here is Marlon, De Jong, and Blind clips it forward. Throw in to the Czechs. Just bang through these teams one more time. Stecklenburg in goal for the Dutch. De Vries, De Ligt, Blind. Massive pass just coming down the right-hand side. We'll just come away from that for a second. CZECH holds it up. CZECH. Oh, he was trying to play it through to Soufal, I think, up the line. And the attack slows down a little bit. Dumfries and Van Aanholt are the wing-backs. De Roon, De Jong, Van Aldem central, Van Aldem in the 10. Depay, Marlon up top. Vashlik in goal for the Czechs. Soufal, Suluska, Kalas, Kaderabek, Holej, Souček, Masupas, Barak, CZECH, Schick up top for them. Back home it goes. Cleared by Stecklenburg. And there's one for Dumfries to chase. He's going to get it, Dumfries. Oh, Marlon was running in behind. Here comes your time stamp. We'll be at 49 minutes in 3, 2, 1, sink. That was knocked over the top. Again, it's just Dumfries' running power in behind. And he's trying to play it into Marlon, who just wants it ahead of him into the space. And it's kind of across his body and too much on it. Just a complete hoik forward. But he's always there, Dumfries, isn't he? And yeah, it's the wrong pass. It needed to go a bit closer towards the penalty spot into the space. Frank de Boer agrees and holds his head. A reasonable opening there. Still Netherlands 0. Czech Republic 0. Knockout football, everybody. Nice reverse ball. Here comes Soufal powering down the right. Soufal. It's a nice idea, actually. Everyone's expecting the cross to be floated in, and he plays it in low, but no one on his wavelength there, and the Dutch come away, but the Czechs win it back. Kaderabek, Barak, Soufal, Barak. Exchange passes again. Barak down the right-hand side. Holej. Holej inside. Masupast. CZECH just closed down. They're trying to play in a really tight space there around the edge of the box. Nothing doing. They've looked more dangerous going from outside to in than down the middle. To be fair, I was questioning whether De Roon and De Jong would be able to control that particular area. I think they have fairly well, to be honest. Both got about it, haven't they? Interceptions. Oh, big chance. Sorry, I was looking completely the wrong way. Marlon into the box, tried to take it around Vashlik. Whilst I was looking at heat maps, and Vashlik, good goalkeeping, grabs it. And probably the best opening of the game there for the Dutch. Goodness me. I'll wait for a replay. My apologies. Came out of nothing. Here comes Schick. Oh, was there a handball there? Oh, dear. And the yellow card comes out. And how is that not a denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity? I do not understand. I need to see that again. Let's have a look. He slips De Ligt. And I do not know why he's not been sent off there. I need to see the whole picture. Schick is clearly in on goal. Marlon just ran all the way through, didn't he? Oh, he should score as well. And then the other way around, we'll have a look at that. I don't know whether VAR is going to check that, but surely De Ligt denies an obvious goal-scoring opportunity there with that handball. If it's a foul, he's definitely off, isn't he? But they're not checking that. Interesting. Be interested to hear a referee speak about that because they're checking it. I think De Ligt could be in with a chance of being red carded here. I think Patrick Schick's in on goal. De Ligt is slipping, handballs it, and has denied an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. They're just speaking to referee Karasev in his ear. If you see him do this, you know de Ligt is off and he'll remove the yellow card and bring the red out. He's going to go and have a look, is he? My first instinct was that's a red card. Remember, if that was any type of foul, can someone tell me what Peter Walton's saying on the telly? I've got my earphones in. If that was any type of foul, he would be red carded. It shouldn't be any different because it's a handball. The only thing that matters here are the words denying obvious goal scoring opportunity. I think it's a red card. Honestly, I think de Ligt's going to be sent off. Schick does nothing wrong. He's just jostling. The arm comes out. It doesn't matter whether it's deliberate or not if he denies the obvious goal scoring opportunity. The only thing that I think would save him is if Schick has fouled him. What is referee Karasev going to do? Blows the whistle, TV, and he's going to get the red card out. De Ligt is red carded. I think that is the correct decision. A denial of an obvious goal scoring opportunity by de Ligt. I think it's the right call, guys. I really, really do. Schick was in on goal. The rules say for a denial of an obvious goal scoring opportunity, we've got double jeopardy now for inside the penalty box. That is outside the penalty box, isn't it? So deliberate or intent doesn't come into it. Does he deny an obvious goal scoring opportunity? Yes, it's a red card. It gets a little bit muddy because it's the hand and not a tackle. But I was confused why the red didn't come out straight away. I think it's the right decision there. And the chat looks like it's agreeing. De Ligt is off. And the Czechs are the favourites to win this now, aren't they? 10 men, 55 gone. Free kick. Soufal puts it into the wall. And it'll be very interesting to see how the Dutch reshuffle here now, because we know De Boer loves a 3 at the back. Soufal is now booked. And things need to calm down, don't they? Goodness me. Yeah, you're unanimously suggesting that that was a red card for the denial of the obvious goal scoring opportunity. I'm just surprised that it went to VAR. Match fired up now. Big style, big style. The Czechs are favourites with the extra man. Surely Dumfries counts as 2 himself. I think the Dutch will wake up. Boo! VAR comes to be correct. Yes, it does. The brittle temperament of the Dutch again. We will see. We're now getting the instructions, and we're going to get a substitution from Frank de Boer. Quincy Promes is coming on. And Marlon is coming off. He is the sacrificial lamb. So I'm guessing they're going to stay 3 at the back. He held up 3 fingers, unless he's talking to the midfielders. He's not gone in to any kind of centre-half position. He's gone to the wing, in fact. He's wearing 11, for goodness sakes. And the Dutch are now trying to get in referee Karasev's mind here, aren't they? And we'll see what strategy they go with. He definitely held up 3 fingers as he came on, Promise, but that could be a 4-3-2. So we'll see what goes there. It looks like they've gone to a back 4. Will they try and keep 2 up the pitch? We'll find out what the 3 that he was holding up on his fingers. I suspect it is going to be a 4 at the back. Wijnaldum will drop back into a central midfield spot, and Promes will try and get up top with Depay. Goodness me. Netherlands down to 10 men. That'll even it up a little bit. Here is Kaderabek at left back. And if you're the Czechs now, you think, how do you make your man advantage pay? Remember, if you go to penalties with your man advantage is essentially gone. You can't overload anybody from a penalty shootout. But certainly as the game ticks on, can they make the man advantage count? Big chance for the Czechs now. All England fans will remember Ronaldinho being sent off and England not being able to make a man advantage count. Although Ronaldo, Rivaldo, Cafu and Roberto Carlos were on the pitch there. They're not here right now. Corner to the Czechs. Barak takes it left-footed, Schick on the near post. He jumped with Dumfries. And Dumfries didn't touch it. And out it goes for a goal kick to the Dutch. And the dynamic of this game has changed massively now. A red card to De Ligt on 55 minutes. Referee Karasev is in conversation again. I don't know what's being checked now. Oh, potential penalty check. Now that I didn't notice. Yeah, I didn't see anything there. He's waved play on. God knows what was going on there. I didn't think it touched the Dutch player unless there was a shirt pull or something. But, I mean, crikey. Right, goal kick to the Dutch. Stecklenburg boots it down the ground. And it is cleared away by Cheluska. Daroon. Here comes Van Aanholt, who crosses in. Cleared. Nodded down. The Dutch have just upped their intensity a little bit. They're going to need to, but they're going to need to hold out for a minimum of 30 minutes with a man fewer. Possibly even longer if we go to extra time. And remember, the Dutch, I think, have an even more hopeless record at penalties than the English do, don't they? Here's Masupust trying to run in behind. Stecklenburg of Ajax makes the clearance. Here is Cheluska. And the possession is now ramping up for the Czechs. Can they force a big chance? Cheluska. Soucek. Soufal. Knocked inside. It's all the Czech Republic now. They've got to be patient. They've got to use the space. And they've got to use the extra man, which they now have. Massive Pass tries to feed it through. Daroon makes the clearance. De Jong in a 50-50 there. I don't know. Is he going to get the foul given against him? No. Here is Barak down the right-hand side. Soufal crosses in. Nodded down. Big chance now on the back post. Oh, what a miss. He takes way, way too long there. Kadera Beck's a huge chance. He allows Dumfries to make the block. Dumfries does well, but goodness me. There's been cool in the box and there's been a little bit too cool there. And Kadera Beck had loads of time on the back post, opened up his body and pretty much should have scored there, shouldn't he? Just took too long. And it's a good block by Dumfries. We're in two things can be true category there, aren't we? Sevchik. Soucek. Barak. Fed through, give and go by him. Schick on the edge of the box. Schick is crowded out there. The space is not down the centre of the pitch, is it? They need to not get funneled down the middle, and Soufal tried to play it down the right-hand side. Here's that chance again. The space opens up. Touch. He's nowhere near finding the corner there, is he? You'd want that to fall to one of your strikers. Unfortunately, it fell to the reserve left-back who couldn't find the space. And Dumfries makes the block. 65-30 on the clock here. Big chance there for Kaderabek. Here's Soucek. A little lean in the back from Blind. No foul given. Barak. Soucek. They've got to stay very calm and very patient here, the Czechs. Barak comes down the line. Ooh, Stecklenburg spills that one on the near post. And it's going to be a corner to the Czech Republic. Tense stuff. You're telling me, make the pitch wide, use those wide areas. They've got to use all the pitch, haven't they? Can you make my mind up about Dumfries, good, bad player or likes? He's certainly box office, Dumfries. Whatever you make your mind up in the end, he's good fun to watch, isn't he, in this system that the Dutch play. And we don't go long without mentioning really poor short corner by the Czechs. They've won it back, though. Looked like the Dutch were going to clear. Soufal plays it to Sevchik. And I think they've won another corner. Linesman says play on. So presumably the whole ball didn't cross the line. They win it back. That's surely going to be a free kick against Van Aanholt. You see that foul coming a mile off once he got goal side of him. Well played, Sevchik. And I suspect this one will go in the box after they wasted the corner. And Barak is going to take this left-footed. There's Thomas Callas. Up from the back. In comes the set play. Callas heads it back. And there is the goal. They have got it. Callas heads back across. And Hollis puts it into the back of the net. Look at the limbs behind the goal. They've deserved that. The Czechs. The red card came. They've been patient thus far. It's taken them less than 15 minutes. They've got in front and it's theirs to lose now. Netherlands 0, Czech Republic 1. You can't say it wasn't coming. I mean, well, you could, but I would disagree with you. Let's have another look. The free kick comes in. Good leap by Callas. Great play by Callas. Heads it back across the box. A brilliant header by the Bristol City man. Leaning back. Holles finds the gap on the far post. That's a brilliant header by Thomas Callas. And Holles, look at that. I said the Czechs need to stay calm and make their advantage. Look at Holles there. He waits, directs that header in, knocks it in on the back post. Great moment for the Czechs. Netherlands 0, Czech Republic 1. What have you got now, Holland? Wow. Let me know your thoughts on that as the Czech fans celebrate behind the goal. And this is a hard one for the Dutch now. They've got to go at it, but they've only got 10 men. And Holles has given the Czechs, on the basis of their work since the red card, a deserved lead there. The thumb up from Shilhavi as Ruud van Nistelrooy discusses with Frank de Boer. What is the game plan? Goodness me. Callas, cats and pigeons, absolutely. No social distancing there. Absolute limbs in there as well. Oh, now here come the Dutch. Ooh. And there is Jeluska on the cover. Again, the Czechs have a man advantage. They have to just stay calm. And essentially, unless it's a bit of brilliance, if they defend properly now with the extra man, easier said than done, I know, then they can do this. Free kick there. They've got to keep their heads. They're great headers. Maybe England's was the group of death. There we go. At last, the goal. Rebel, you do understand this is knockout football now. Knockout football. Defenses win in knockout football. If you're here for 3-3 and 4-4, ain't going to happen. And we have a lead now for the Czech Republic. Free kick to the Dutch, who are going to have to make set plays and counter-attacks pay now. Unless the Czechs sit back, they're not going to dominate the ball, are they? Netherlands 0, Czech Republic 1. Free kick comes in for the Dutch. Decent delivery, nodded away by Schick. The central striker back doing his work. De Roon crosses to the back post. Bit of a theatrical fool there. And we are going for a drink. And everything's going to calm down. I don't know why, but the clock's been taken off my screen. I'd love to give you the time of this game, but it's disappeared. I don't know if that's the same for anybody else watching on ITV. We all love a goal. Oh, yes, we do. You have to appreciate them more in knockout phases, hey? I was trying to tell people this in the playoffs the whole time. We have gone for drinks. And there we go. The clock is back up now. Thank you, ITV Sport. 71-35. Here's the goal again. Such a good header from Callas on the far post. He falls to his back. Look at that. Didn't we see I'm trying to think. We saw a similar assist, didn't we, in one of the other games where the player dived across and headed the ball back. Brilliant from Callas, and Holles heads in. Look at that for a celebration. And all the Czech teammates come over. Brilliant stuff. And they're celebrating a goal that could take them to the quarter-finals. What was there was a comment about the look, it gets better for England or Germany. Shall we bring up the brackets one more time, which makes us always a little bit nervous, doesn't it? There it is. Let me remove the banner. So, potentially Denmark versus Czech Republic in the quarterfinals for that end of the draw. So maybe a semi-final for either Denmark or the Czech Republic. I don't want to say what I want to say, but you know what I'm thinking. Substitution, Vikhorst. They've brought on the big guy. I assume Depay There's no chance of him being substituted. I didn't see who went out. Has Promise gone out? No, he's sorry. He's the only one I saw an arrow next to. Who did Vekhorst come on for? Guys, help me. I looked away, of course. Denmark in the semi-final would be lovely jubbly, wouldn't it? Oh, yes. Memories of Callas' last-minute clearance against Villa in the playoff final. I was there. Plucky. Who did Vekhorst come on for, guys? Daroon. Interesting. That's a bit of a Hail Mary, isn't it? So Vekhorst, we expect will go up top in some kind of a 3. I guess they'll try and get Promes and Depay wide of him. The Czechs are lining up a substitute as well. Vekhorst, the big guy, number 19. And is that Yankto coming on? Yeah. Yankto's played left wing, so it may well be Barak who's coming off. There are some anxious-looking Dutch fans there. Thomas Callas is limping over to the side. I wonder if he's going to be the substitute. We're just waiting to see what the plan is for the Czechs. Souček and Barak deep in discussion here. And we'll figure out what's happening substitute-wise. It looks like Yankto is going to come on for the Czechs. But it hasn't happened yet. Callas is out over on the touchline. He's now back in the game. So if they're going to keep the same shape, perhaps Barak will come off. We'll find out very shortly. Free kick to the Czechs. 75 gone. Netherlands 0, Czech Republic 1. Here's Callas. Big press there by the Dutch. It's a bit messy here, and the team shape looks like it's gone a bit. And now I don't know whether Thomas Souček's going to play centre-back. He looks very, very deep. There was a big discussion between him and Barak. No, he's not. That was temporary. But he got very, very deep there for about 2 minutes, didn't he? De Jong knocks that inside. Here is Promise. Nice ball out wide. Dumfries always on. Lovely cross by Dumfries. And it goes all the way. Depay did not make the gamble on the back post. Good pressure from the Dutch. Remember, it's 10 versus 11 in this one. Given away there by De Jong. Barak picks it up. Soufal up the line. There's a big switch on. Patrick Schick's over on the far post. And the ball is played to him. He's going to have to run out of the box to keep control of that. That's poor from Schick. And Dumfries, who's probably run about 50 kilometres in this game, gets back and wins the ball. The pace is quite frantic now. The Czechs need to get a control of the tempo. Souček does just that. Slows down, literally stops. Souček with the long ranger. Stecklenburg makes the save down to his right. The Czechs have got to control the pace. The only way they let the Dutch in is if they let this get chaotic. They don't want to do that. Now that's worked through. Yankto still hasn't come on. Here's Barak, who I thought might have been off the pitch by now. Barak goes down the left. Just sensible. Here's Kaderabek. Sevcik. Good play by the Czechs. Barak. A slow build-up is desirable. Masso past curler. Easy save for Stecklenburg. 77-45. Can you feel the tension now, guys? Blind. Blind forward. Hollage, the goal scorer, on the stretch. And every time they get the ball, they just want to inject a little bit of calmness. Keep the Dutch on the run now, the Czechs. Holej, tried to split the defence there. Both Masopust and Schick made the run. But here comes a counter for the Dutch. Soufal with promise. Soufal waited for the foul. Yeah, well played. The West Ham right back. When do you start running it into corner? You don't with 11 versus 10. Keep that ball. Keep that ball. Keep in shape. And in theory, unless they can overload you or someone smashes one in from 30 yards or a set play or something, should control it, shouldn't they? I don't talk to him about Sweden, England, Caps Cow. That could be the most risk-averse game in the history of football, couldn't it? This is assuming that there's any chance of it happening. So it was Masopust out and Yankto in. It's going to be a big win for the Czechs. Remember, got to the final in 96, didn't they? The Czechs, where they did lose to the Germans. I think they've been to a semi-final in the World Cup. Oh, here they come again now into the box. It's Holej again. Squares it. Patrick Schick! Oh, the Czechs are going to the quarterfinals. How about that? It's a brilliant finish by Schick. Holej does the business down the left-hand side. And you have to say, well played to the Czech Republic. Wow! Patrick Schick, 4th goal of the tournament. Oh, that's excellent from the Czechs. And there are some very glum-looking Dutch fans. He's done it again. When you've got a goal scorer, you've got a chance. And he is excellent, Schick. What about that for a finish? Left-footed. First time, well played. The Czechs, Netherlands 0, Czech Republic 2. It's great from Holej, who's got a goal and an assist now. Cut back. How's that finish, guys? Left-footed, just passes it into the corner. Jimmy Greaves said, pass it into the corner. Look at the finish. Lovely stuff from Schick. Good cut back from Holej. It's brilliant from the Czechs. They have nailed this, haven't they? Netherlands 2, Netherlands 0. Czech Republic 2. And Patrick Schick is a player, isn't he? 4th goal of the tournament. Look at Shilavi. He didn't celebrate the first goal. He's celebrating that one. And the Czechs could well and should well be celebrating going through to the quarterfinals in about 10 minutes' time. It's 2-0. They've still got to stay calm and keep them at arm's length. But surely that is that. Boom, it's 2. Schick goal. And that's 4, isn't it, for Schick? Fantastic. Dancing on the streets of Prague. No coming back from that. De Ligt let them down. It was a game changer, wasn't it? Absolute game changer. Ben's just excited he gets to eat dinner. I'm very pleased for the Czechs. They've played beautifully since 10. We've seen plenty of nations panic as soon as they go to that position of being favourites, where it's 10 versus 11. They panic. They don't know what to do. And the Czechs have been as calm as you like, haven't they? It's impressive from the Czechs. They've got the 2 goals and they're going through, aren't they? Woof. Love this Czech team. If I was director of recruitment, I'd be jetting to Prague somehow. Are we allowed to say now, Jake, that England did well and are a good side for beating the Czechs? Of course not, Jake. You're only allowed to say negative stuff about England, according to groupthink. But maybe we should, hey? Maybe we should. But let's just worry about Tuesday, shall we? Checkmate. Czechs have been solid and done a job. Absolutely. 82 goal. Look at those. There's a corner there behind Stecklenburg's goal of Czech fans where the 2 Czech goal scorers ran over to. They are bouncing, aren't they? Netherlands 0, Czech Republic 2 in Budapest. Yes, the red card was a turning point, but how well have they played it? How calmly have they played it? No panic. Souček, he's been key. He's been the one just sitting on the ball in central midfield. Fabulous, fabulous stuff from the Czechs here. Here's De Vries. And that second goal looks like a bit of a body blow. I'm not going to say a knockout blow. Looks a bit of a body blow to the Dutch, doesn't it? There's a different sense around them. Good header by Kaderabek, who probably should have given the Czechs the lead at 0-0, shouldn't he? That doesn't matter because one of the big chances did fall to Patrick Schick. And we thought if one of the big chances fell to Patrick Schick, he would put it away. Big clearance by Stecklenburg. The header away. There was another substitution there. I think Timber came on for Blind. Let me just double check that. Yeah, Timber on for Blind. In comes the cross. Vikors flicks it on. Vashlik makes the catch. Holles jumped with it. De Jong has been booked, and I've got no idea why. Looks like he needs to calm down, De Jong. He's been wound up for about half an hour, hasn't he now? So Vikors headed it up in the air. Good gather by Vashlik in goal. As the clock runs to 84 minutes. The yellow card's out again. I don't know who that was for. Was it for Memphis Depay? Hlozek is going to come on. Kral is also going to come on. Off goes Sevcik in central midfield. Kral sprints onto the pitch. Who else went off? Kral and Hlozek are on. Holles, the goal scorer, is off. I suspect Hlozek will go into the 10 position and Kral will sit in the central midfield. Although it's very, very simple for the Czechs now. Keep the ball, stay in shape, don't make any mistakes. Who does Vashlik play for? Sevilla. I'm the dude. He's been great, hasn't he? He's a good keeper. One of the big boys going out can only be a good thing, can't it? Who knows? Depends who else goes through. Robert, isn't it? There is the flick on. Cleared away, chest down by the 4-goal Patrick Schick now. Berghaus has come on. Also for Van Aanholt. It's all going on. 86-10 on the clock. Stephen Berghaus on number 7. Here is Yankto. Bit of space for the Czechs. They're committing lots of men forward. I suspect the management will be screaming onto the pitch saying, just hold your positions. You do not need a third goal. Goodness me. Here's Yankto. Yankto versus Timber. Timber does well. Oh, no, he's going to... the throw-in's gone to the Czechs. Am I reading that right? 2-0 to the Czechs. Absolutely. I predicted 2-0, but the other way. I predicted the Dutch would win this one. Holland missed some good chances before. They had been free scoring at home and only had themselves to blame. Czech are a fair side, marginally better than Austria. 87-30. There's Blind on the touchline. He knows the Dutch are going home unless a 10-man, 2-goal miracle with very little time to go. There's a free kick being given there, I think, against Callas. If Marlon scored that 1-on-1, was that 11 versus 11, Caps Cat? I think it was, wasn't it? I didn't expect the Dutch to get knocked out this way, but in knockout football, a red card is a big, big deal, isn't it? I expected some savvy side to be able to pick off their extremely attacking wing-backs and central midfield. Here is CZECH running down the left. Oh, he knocked it inside to Barak, who I think was going to be offside anyway. Depay seemed fairly convinced that he was going to be. And here is Depay, who's in a deep central midfield position now. I'm not sure whether that's the Dutch losing their shape or Depay losing his discipline. If Austria had Schick last night's game, might be. That's a great point, isn't it? A goal scorer will do. We say defences win tournaments, don't we? But a goal scorer will go a long way. Here's overload for the Dutch here. Edge of the box is Berghaus. Left-hand side, the cross is blocked by Yankto. Promise played him in down the left-hand side. Pepe red later on. The lovable Pepe. Absolutely. Depay's off his crust. Here's Kral on a counter-attack now. Kral slips it forward to Barak. He's going to head for the corner, I suspect. Just try and keep the ball away from the goal and the rest of the team will stay in shape. Barak's run a corner, actually. He gives a fist pump over to the Czech supporters. Sensational stuff. No Dutch goals at the top. Well, then the top scorers got 8, didn't they? Goodness me. Just slow-mo replaying. Kadarabek, I guess to try and hype up a possible handball. It wasn't, was it? 2 big boys going home today, 100%. You're right, Ania. 6 minutes stoppage time. Have the 10 men, Netherlands, got 2 goals in them in the 6 minutes of stoppage time. Cheluska, nice, good, calm, keeps the ball. I keep using that word because I just want England to be calm on Tuesday. Schick nods it down. Yankto, nice feet. Keep the ball, the Czechs. That's all they need to do. Kaderabek at left back. Knocks it inside. Kral. Let me know what you think, guys. Other than Finland versus Denmark, is this the biggest upset of the tournament so far? Remember, Finland versus Denmark had a big mitigating factor and it wasn't a knockout game. There's a big boot into the corner there. That's probably the least calm thing the Czechs have done. They're going to make another 2 subs. Makes all the sense in the world. Off comes Patrick Schick. What a great player he is. You just kill for that guy in your team who, when the big chance comes, you know he's going to put it away, don't you? Kremenchik comes on for Schick. Well played, Patrick Schick. Barak goes off and Sadilek is coming on. So Kremenchik 11 and Sadilek on, or Sadilek, excuse me, for Schick and Barak. 2 minutes of 6 stoppage time have gone. Soufal draws the foul. Clever boy. As a Finland fan, we didn't deserve to win the game. Came down to the mitigating factor. So I think he's agreeing it is the biggest upset yet in the tournament. The Czechs have nailed this. There's Patrick Schick, whose reputation grows through the tournament. I think Big Cristiano has got 5, hasn't he? But Schick now closing up on 4, and he's guaranteed another game. Oh, chance for Kremenchik. And Stecklenburg pushes it away. The offside flag went up. There you can see Cristiano Ronaldo 5. Wijnaldum, Schick now moves on to 4. Forsberg's got 3. Lewandowski's gone home. Lukaku looks dangerous on 3 as well. It's cleared out. Kremenchik tries to help it up. Kral chasing through. Big chase by Wijnaldum. Helping back. The ball's bouncing around. It falls to CZECH, who coolly just knocks it out on the half volley to Yankto. Netherlands 0, Czech Republic 2. Flicked on, and De Vries knocks it back to Stecklenburg. Red card on 55 minutes in this one to De Ligt of Juventus. Really, really changed the game. And you have to say, when you see it go 10 versus 11, it doesn't always go the way it should with the extra man, but this has gone exactly to the script of how to play with 11 versus 10. Keep cool, move the ball, move your opponents around, create chances, use the extra man. They have done it. 94-35 on the clock. Long ball forward, and Vashlik takes his time. In fact, I think he lets it go out and then he kicks the other ball away. Lovely stuff. Patrick Schick won't play for Bayer Leverkusen next season. Maybe not. Yeah, bigger guns will be gunning for him now. None of the favourites guaranteed to go through. Couple more surprises. And this is the first of them. This is my first erroneous prediction. I had the Netherlands to win this one for sure. And the Czechs have done it. Well, we'll give them 30 seconds, and they have. Foul given, advantage goes. 30 seconds left of minimum stoppage time. Referee Karasev, all eyes on him. In comes the cross from Berghaus. It's poor. Out it goes. The Czechs behind the goal stand up and cheer because they know that after Vashlik takes this goal kick, there may be seconds, 1 or 2 touches, or he might blow up Karasev when the ball's in the air. But I think this is all done. Thomas Soucek is allowing himself a smile. There's some glum-looking Dutch fans. And look at those Czech fans. Unbelievable. They're going to the quarter-finals. Here comes the kick, and there goes the whistle. Netherlands 0, Czech Republic 2. De Ligt, red card, 55. Hollege, after a brilliant header back by Callas of Bristol City, flying the flag for the championship now in the quarter-finals. He nods in at the back post, and then Hollege again gets into the left-hand side of the penalty box, squares it. Great finish by Patrick Schick. Hits that nice and early. Keeper's done on the near post, but it's just a good finish by Patrick Schick. And the Czechs go through. And I'm not giving you a live picture there, but I think you can all fill in the gap there. Wales knocked out by Denmark yesterday. Denmark through, and they will play the Czech Republic. The Czechs versus the Danes in the first confirmed quarterfinal, with our next game in about 50 minutes. I'm going to be here. We will be seeing who faces the Italians. Will it be the Belgians or will it be the Portuguese? I am going to go and take a break. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Brilliant stuff from you lot here, and brilliant stuff from the Czech Republic, who are celebrating wildly in their circle there. They love it, and I'm not surprised. Well played, the Czech Republic. I will see you at 7:45 for a huge game. It's Belgium versus Portugal. But the big story here is the Czechs beat the Dutch. Netherlands 0, Czech Republic 2. And it's over and out from me. Well played, the Czechs, who exploited the 10 men perfectly, didn't they? I'll see you in a little bit. Over and out. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button and to be notified every time we upload. Ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.